Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. How's your day been so far, man?
It's all right. It's good.
Yeah, I was actually just watching your video, the Rockstar one. Really good video, by the way.
Okay, nice.
Um, what have you been doing so far today?
Just helping out with like a couple family things. I went actually to go see a bunch of cats earlier that we helped take care of.
Nice,
Um, and they actually I don't know when, but recently they had kittens, and I saw them for the first time today, so that was really nice.
nice. Yeah, man, I've just been chilling out. I was playing Elden Ring again. But that's pretty much it.
Ah, okay.
So you just want to hop into questions?
Yeah, I say we can. Yeah.
All right. So, what got you into content or YouTube in general?
Um, that pretty much stems back to when I first started watching content,
Mm-hmm.
which would probably be 2008, 2009, roughly, whenever I first started watching content back in like
Mm-hmm.
the not the earliest, but the fairly early days of YouTube, at least by now standards. That was fairly
Yeah.
early on.
Yeah, it was out.
Um,
Yeah. Because like YouTube launched what 2005, 2006, so it was
yeah, it
fairly
was
early.
mid 2005, if I remember correctly. So it had only been out for 3, 4 years now, and it had only been like substantial for a year or two up to that point. Because I think Google bought it in either 2007, I think it was.
Yeah, around that
Um,
time.
yeah. That's whenever it started, and I was just like watching kind of whatever videos that I could find on certain things, like
Yeah.
usually games and such.
Hmm.
Um, I'd say around 2013, 2014 was when I started getting a slight interest in making content.
Hmm.
And mid 2015 was actually whenever I started making content, like recording videos and such.
All right.
Uh, it wasn't really much up to that point. It was just like basically facing my at the time tablet at the TV and hitting record, which
Yeah.
was very bare bones and not very good, especially when it's just like a 10-year-old rambling about nothing with blurry like I think even some of my videos were like recording that with a CRT, so it was like you couldn't see anything. Like yeah. But then over the years, like I learned more about content creation and I started following content creators who like really focused in on how the whole thing works and also just like different styles of content. And so I
Hmm.
picked up different things here and there that got me more interested in it and more interested in how the whole thing works.
Yeah, that's pretty similar with what I did because I've been watching YouTube forever. It feels like,
Yeah.
and I completely forgot what I was gonna say. But so you started. Wait, when did you say you started?
About mid to late 2015.
Mm. Yeah, I think I still have like these crappy Minecraft videos I made a while back
Yeah.
from like
I,
2016 probably.
I still have most of mine up from that time, but I have them unlisted, but they're on I have a playlist on the channel that is public, so if you want to find them, you can, but
Hmm.
they're to where they're not really on the main channel page.
Yeah, I think I don't know if they're unlisted or they're privated, but they're somewhere there.
Yeah.
All right. Uh, so you were talking about earlier that you were doing some family stuff. What else do you do outside of YouTube and content creation?
Um I do like music stuff, music producer. I
Nice,
play
nice,
primarily bass guitar as well as regular guitar and keyboard a bit.
nice.
Um uh as you could probably guess from the main kinds of games I focus on, I'm into car stuff, pretty much
Yeah.
anything to do with cars, racing, motorsports, all those kind of things. Um, Even though as of now I don't really have the funds to like do proper, even like local track racing, even or
Hmm.
like track days.
Yeah.
Even though I probably would want to, like whenever I get the ability to.
Hmm. What do you?
Um,
You can keep going.
nah, I was
If you
just
got
trying to think
anything.
if there was anything
Yeah.
else.
Uh, I was thinking earlier. This is a good question. I was thinking. You make a lot of like about car games and stuff. What would be your favorite series in that genre?
Um, Favorite series? I kind of have two answers for this. The one that is like my favorite, and the one that I think is probably the best.
Hmm.
Which are two different things. The one that I think is my favorite is probably Need for Speed, which seems like an obvious answer,
Yeah,
but I mainly say that because they've covered. It's not just that the series is really old and that it's had really popular games, it's also that they've done so many different things
yeah,
that you can usually find something for any different type of racing game enjoyer. And even those outside of racing game enjoyers, like some of their games, like pretty much most gamers of that era would enjoy.
hmm,
Um, I'd say the one that I think is probably the best would probably be like Gran Turismo because they've always been very consistent, both stylistically and quality wise. Even if I think some of their newer games aren't as good, they're a lot more consistent quality wise, I'd say,
yeah,
than many of the other series.
yeah. I remember PS3. I would play Gran Turismo, and they it was like a reboot kind of Most Wanted. I played that a
Um,
lot.
Most Wanted 2012.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the most I've played about Need for Speed. I mean, the newer ones, I played like a little bit because it was like free off of PlayStation Plus or whatever. But
Yeah.
that and Gran Turismo, I I have not played the newest one, but I did play that like VR one a bit. It wasn't like mainly VR, but there's like a VR mode.
Yeah. Yeah, the PSVR2 stuff.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember playing that a lot.
Yeah, I've heard a
And
lot of people
what
like
you
talk
say?
about playing it, but I just haven't been able to afford one of those setups yet. I do want to try it at some point though.
Yeah, I mean, the new one is like more expensive than the PlayStation 5 itself. Crazy.
Yeah.
But that and I played a lot of Forza Horizon 4.
Yeah, I played way too much Horizon 4. I think my total time after everything was like just shy of 200 days in Horizon 4.
Mine was a lot. I remember I grind that game. Like I do like all the
Right.
missions. The one I remember the most is like that film. I don't remember what it was. It was like the movie
Yeah,
producer or
yeah, I know the
whatever.
one you're talking about. The one that's like basically the first like Horizon Life mission where you get to drive the stunt cars and
Yeah,
such.
yeah, that one was fun.
Yeah.
Horizon 5, I played a little bit of it, but I kind of stopped playing that for just since I think that
Yeah.
might have been the last racing game I played. I haven't played a lot racing games recently, but
Well, that's
thinking
fair.
back, I've probably played that. And
Yeah.
because I mostly drive around in GTA. If I'm trying to find something to drive around in, probably most likely it would be GTA.
Yeah, that's fair. That's what I see a lot of people go for now is the GTA games because you're able to do so much more than just driving or racing now.
Yeah. Like you could like if you don't want to do racing, you could just like drive somewhere or do missions and
Right.
stuff, which is
Yeah.
always fun. But uh do you have any challenges when making your videos?
Not particularly. Like the only ones that I could sort of see coming to mind now is just like vaguely video performance, but it's like I don't think of video performance like it's the metric that I need to always be hitting for stuff or like I always am trying to optimize my videos to do like well or build my videos around
Hmm.
doing well. It's
Yeah.
more like to be able to keep making videos and such, they have to be performing well because like that's my main thing I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I really don't have many major challenges with that kind of stuff. Like the only real thing of note is just they take time, which would make sense for like more scripted and analyzed and edited content like I make.
Yeah. I feel like that's a challenge with a lot of people, editing and script writing. But
Yeah, that what?
oh, never mind. I was just like thinking. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, like that's something I've always been glad about is that editing and writing has usually been pretty easy for me. Like
Mm-hmm.
writing, I need to work on my writing because it has had a few issues with certain things, and I think like I'm not the best at getting certain points across.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to be working to improve that soon. But editing, I've seen a lot of people say that they really dislike editing because of how much time it takes and how like they don't get like creative fulfillment out of it. I've actually, it's weird. I've never really had much of an issue with editing. I almost enjoy. I'd say I do kind of enjoy editing and sitting down and being able to put my ideas into certain things and like translate what I'm thinking onto the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So I've actually been lucky to never really see editing as like a difficult challenge in the process.
Yeah. The most I've done with editing was one video I made. Uh, it does take a lot of time, especially that
Yeah.
first time, but
Oh
you
yeah.
can. It's easy, like doing it for another time. Like you just get the hang of it and
Right.
stuff
Right. It gets
for most
easier.
stuff.
Like start knowing where things are. You know how you want to cut certain things. You know where shortcuts and things are.
Hmm.
All those.
Like your videos only get better,
Yeah.
especially yeah. Looking at your channel right now, from
Yeah.
going through your channel from like the beginning, and then going through it, you can just see the quality go up and stuff.
Yeah, I'd say in terms of editing, my best videos have probably been my Art of Rally video, my Gran Turismo video, and my Rockstar video. But
Hmm.
in terms of writing, I'd say my Motorsport and Midnight Club videos are two of the strongest there, as well as the two documentaries that I've written so far outside of like gaming related stuff.
Hmm. So you that the new Rockstar video, well, not new, but it's your newest on the channel so far.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what's your favorite Rockstar game?
Of my favorite Rockstar game is probably Midnight Club 3 or LA. I'm still not 100% sure on where I sit between them because they both have things that I prefer more than the other in them.
Hmm.
Um, I'd probably say overall 3 because I think it's slightly better paced. And there's like better customization and such.
Yeah.
But there's like there's different aspects to both. That's probably my favorite. Although there are other highlights like GTA San Andreas and 5 and what was the other one? I think if I remember correctly, Max Payne 1 was pretty fun.
Yeah.
But I haven't played a whole lot of it since.
They're doing a remake of that. If that's
Oh,
true, I think they're working on a remake, which I'm
yeah,
excited for.
I think I remember hearing something about that from Remedy, but I don't even know if it'll be published by Rockstar anymore.
No, it was funded by Rockstar. That's what
It
they
was?
said. I think so.
Because I know Max Payne 3 was pretty much all Rockstar, or at least like the primary funding for all of it.
Hmm. Let me see, because I remember seeing something that a lot of the funding was funded by Rockstar.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing Max Payne. All right, yeah, it says they're remaking Max Payne and Max Payne 2 with Rockstar. So
Okay.
hopefully it doesn't take as long as GTA 6. But
Yeah. Well, GTA 6, like pretty much any of the GTA games are such a massive project that like they take a long time now, especially with the
yeah,
scale of modern gaming.
because Max Payne is very linear compared to those GTA games.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited for GTA 6. What about you? Are you excited?
Yeah, I'd say generally this will be the first time like I've paid attention to a GTA launch while it's happening.
Yeah.
Because technically I was around for GTA 4 and 5 launching, but I wasn't really like able to pay much attention to them at that time.
Hmm.
But like now that I'm actually able to see the entire launch cycle and everyone's reactions and how the whole thing works there, it's been really interesting to see, and I'm really excited to see what they come out with.
I know. I mean, Rockstar always has something good. But
Yeah.
yeah, same for you. I was not around for GT. Oh, I was around for the release dates of those games, but I wasn't into the launch.
Right.
cycle of it. Yeah, but it's always fun. Uh, hype, the hype for the games and everything.
Yeah.
Can't. I'm actually like really excited for that game. That's probably my
Yeah.
most excited game right now. Besides, I don't really know what else is coming out. Like, there's
I mean,
games that are coming out, but like, I don't really know.
that's probably the same for me because I can't really think of any other games like I'm actively looking to see what comes out next. At least that I know are coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there are other series that like I imagine will probably come out with stuff soon, but I don't know exactly when. So I just have to wait and see.
Yeah, like I know I'm really big into From Software too, but I know they're making a
Yeah.
game, but I don't know. They haven't said anything about it.
Right. Yeah. I still need to check in on FromSoft because even though I know their game's like extremely difficult, I still want to give them a try at some point because I
They
haven't
can be
actually been
really
able.
fun.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they're always a fun time, even though you feel like breaking a controller.
yeah.
No, I was playing it earlier, and so there's like this boss that I was. It's like kind of far into the Elden Ring, and the main problem is the boss is not hard, but the enemies on your way to the boss are really annoying. It's just, oh
Mhm.
my god. Like, I can
Right.
do the boss, but then the way to the boss, they make you like lose all your heals and everything. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that, and I've been playing the GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition.
Oh yeah.
It's not bad, but it could
I
be
mean,
a
yeah,
lot better.
like it still plays like the original games, and I think there's after the updates, there's only like minor bugs,
Yeah.
um, basically on par with the originals from what I can tell. So it's not like they're bad experiences necessarily.
Like, the only one I don't really like is the San Andreas one.
Yeah, I could see that because I remember, if I remember correctly, that one had the most issues of the three.
It was definitely like the least worked on.
Yeah, there's that one meme of what is it like, where you can switch the camera and it just says CJ's face like
Oh
tilting
yeah,
over
yeah.
on the bike.
Like in the first mission when Big Smoke comes in with the baseball bat, when CJ holds up the chair, his like neck is like his neck is like turned a weird way and his arms are like stretched out.
Yeah, the
It
one that I
looks
saw a lot.
really weird.
Oh yeah, the one I saw a lot of people using was the rider. Whenever like they're all getting on bikes and he goes to leave, and he looks like an eldritch creature sitting on a bike.
Yeah. But that one's the only one it's hard to play because the voice the voice lines, they were compressed for the PS2 and original Xbox versions, but then they uncompressed them for GTA 3 and Vice City, but they didn't uncompress them for GTA San Andreas. So they still have that old like voice line
Oh
type.
yeah, like, and it's really abrupt, especially like even if you go back and play the originals, where like you'll have the cutscenes where they'll all sound really clear, and then you'll just get to like right before a gameplay segment, and they'll be like, "Hey, yo, run over there and go get me, go pop them ballers," and you're just like, "What the?"
uh, yeah, but the best out of the remakes, remasters, definitely not remakes, remasters. I'd say Vice City. It's definitely the
Yeah,
best looking, at least.
right. That game, even in its original state, to me, always looked really nice. Like it
Yeah,
just has like a really good color palette and general presentation. Because to me, 3 and even San Andreas were always just like a little bit too gray.
yeah. Three is
San Andreas,
very gray.
yeah, 3 is very gray. It's all like the entire map is
It's
covered in
like
like a dark
foggy.
blue hue. Yeah. The worst thing with 3 though is like in I don't know how the definitive edition is with this, but I know the original has like these trails that look really annoying. So you like if you turn off the game immediately looks way better. I don't know
Oh
how they
yeah,
handled that with the definitive edition, but that definitely made the original look a lot better.
the definitive is a lot better looking. There's not that like grainy effect anymore, or the fog anymore. Like you can like
Yeah.
make it so it's like clear and everything.
Okay.
But am still stuck in that mission where you have to get the police car, bring it to the bomb place, and then you have to park the police car, blow up the wall, and then rescue the Yakuza guy.
I don't think I'm there yet. I'm trying to think if I ever got there.
It's like fairly near the beginning, kind of.
If it's near there is a mission I'm thinking of that's like that, where you have to like get a bunch of guys together in like any four-door
Oh,
car,
that
and
one is
then
really
like
bad. I was stuck on that
yeah,
for a while.
yeah. I'm trying to think because the Yakuza stuff is like in the mid game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
And I can't
it's like one of
remember.
the first Yakuza missions,
Okay.
but it's not.
Oh yeah. I know the one you're talking about, where like you have to go to the police station, blow up the thing, and then take
Yeah,
the police car with the guy in it. And like
yeah,
sometimes he barely wants to actually get in the car. And then you got to take him over back to the base with like a 4-star wanted level.
yeah. And I was
Yeah.
about to get to the base, and then my car. I'm driving over the bridge, and my car goes flying off to the bridge, and I just was so pissed.
Yeah, because it's also like I think in Vice City and especially San Andreas, they got it to where the AI actually like follows you properly. So like
Mhm.
if you get out of the car, then you can usually like actually get the AI to follow you. But in three,
It's
they
annoying in GTA 3 too, because that mission where it's like all the gangs and you have to get the guys in the car with you that you were talking about
yeah,
earlier. The other gang members, they just pull you out of the car and they just like all jump you.
yeah,
It's so annoying.
yeah,
It's probably, I mean, that mission is doable, but it took me at least like 30 tries.
right,
And then like what was I don't remember what I was gonna say, but yeah.
yeah.
So who inspired you to make YouTube content in general?
Um,
Any
actually,
YouTubers?
I have like two things about this. Actually, like a couple small things. Is it like who inspired me to start, or who influences like how I make content, or like the style of my content, that kind of thing?
Uh, you can answer
Um,
it both ways.
okay. And like how long long of a list do you want?
Um, I don't really care.
Okay. I'd say in terms of like who inspired me to make content, it was generally like some of the old gameplay content creators I watched, especially like in the early 2010s.
Hmm.
Like as you might guess from my username, I was big into Minecraft back in the day.
Yeah.
Um, so like I watched pretty much all the big creators from that early 2010s time.
Yep.
Like any I think it was Team Crafted, any of those kind of guys that were there. Like the Sky Does Minecraft crew. Um, I'm trying to
Hmm.
think. I think I watched the Yogscast around that time as well. Although I missed their big stuff with Shadow of Israfel, I started doing Tekkit. That was
Oh
where I
yeah.
got into them. Those were the kind of creators that inspired me to start making content.
Hmm.
And so like that inspired the early gameplay stuff I did. Then, in terms of the stuff I do now, which is more like edited video essay and review style content, that was influenced by a bunch of people.
Hmm.
Um, I have a list of various creators somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. Um, where is it? Okay. Like top video influences, I'd say the biggest single influence on the style of my channel is probably Emplemon.
Hmm.
I've been watching his channel since about 2015, 2016, and he's gone through a lot of different changes in his style. He started with like YouTube poops, then
Oh
he went
yeah.
on to like like very emotional rants and like analysis of different things. Then he did like more critical like YouTube analysis, and now he basically does like any kind of topic that he finds interesting, making like a long form video
Yeah.
discussing the history of it and the background around it.
His videos are really
Um,
good.
oh yeah. Um, Up until fairly recently, another name I would have put very high on that list was Internet Historian.
Oh, yep.
Um, I'm assuming you know why.
Uh, no.
Have you not seen the video that like every content creator has seen at this point, it feels like?
What is it? I'm actually. I feel like I'm lost in this.
The video is called Plagiarism and YouTube.
Oh, internet historian.
No, it's not by Internet Historian, but it's
Oh,
about
oh,
he's one of the people that's included in it, and
oh,
as you
yeah,
might
yeah.
guess from
Oh, the H bomber. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, as you might guess from the name, he was a subject of that video. That's why I say up
Oh,
until
yes, 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 yes,
he
yes.
was
I
he was
remember.
one of the people who, yeah. H bomb is another one of those like really like increasingly like strong influences on my style. Like even my next video has like 2 or 3 jokes that are very much influenced from H bomb style and like jokes bits that he's had.
Hmm.
And like over time he's increasingly become like a stronger influence on my style.
Yeah.
Um other creators in like the essay space that I'm like big influenced from would be like Pyrocynical, Noodle, Sideways.
Yeah.
I guess there's like a bunch of like other influences which are like less in that space. Because
Hmm.
I'm into like all styles of content. So like when it comes
Yeah.
to like more regular gameplay stuff or reviews, there's Schlatt, Morton Cedo Pants, Kadikarus, Jontron, Manly Reviews, Muye, Nakey Jakey. Oh, Nakey Jakey is another like
Nakey
big
Jake is
essay
really
guy.
good. I like that dude.
Oh yeah,
Do you see his new one?
Donkey.
Well, not new one, but kind
Yeah,
of, yeah.
yeah, where he like re-reviewed RDR2.
Hmm. That one's
Yeah,
really good.
the one thing I was always thinking about during that video is like, I wonder how like awkward it must have been doing all that filming in New York, because I think he has like 2 whole
Yeah.
minutes where he's just like on a bridge in New York.
He's on the bridge
Like,
and then he's in uh Times or whatever where he's this like big yoga ball.
yeah. Then there's like other similar creators, like Donkey is another one like that as well. Video game Donkey.
His best
Uh,
video in recent times is I don't know if you watched this one, but the video game rapper collection. That one is one of my favorites.
I haven't seen that one. The one that came to mind for me of his recent stuff was streaming services. The
Oh
streaming
yeah,
service.
that one was good
Um,
too.
yeah. Um, there's a couple other ones that do like more game focused stuff, like Racevic's on here.
Hmm.
Yeah, I actually interviewed him recently for a project I'm working on. Um, there's Slip Fandom is like another racing game, or not racing, but a game reviewer. Well, not even reviewer. He just does like edited stream highlights, really, of his stuff, and he's really good.
Hmm.
And another one that does that kind of stuff is like Vine Sauce,
Oh
who's
yeah,
a big influence on me. Then there's the Game Theorists, who I've been a fan of for probably a decade now, if not longer.
I'm not gonna
Uh,
lie. I Matt Pet gave me a fist bump.
Based, I don't know if they live in LA anymore, but if they still are based out of North Carolina, I'm not even that far away from them. So
Yeah, they still are based in North Carolina, I think. But
yeah. So is
uh
Mr. Beast. Actually, now that I think about it.
oh yeah, bro, you could go to a grocery store and he could be filming a video there.
Yeah, I'll just go to, I think it's like Raleigh or somewhere near there, which I think he's on, if I
Yeah.
remember right. Um, then like there's a few other creators here. A lot of my other things are like based on different interests and stuff. Like there's Slap Shoes, who's big into like actual motorsports and such. Like he mainly covers NASCAR, but now he's also done videos on like Formula One and Group B and different stuff.
All right.
Um, and then there's a lot of these creators that are focused around music stuff. So like Adam Neely,
Hmm.
Digging the Greats, Mike the Snare, Middle Eight, Nathaniel Silvera. I don't actually know how you say that. T2 Norway.
Hmm.
a bunch of these guys are building their channels around like music reviews or music analysis and discussion and
Yeah.
talking about artists and artist history and things. And then there's a bunch of other people who like influence me in smaller, like subtler ways.
Hmm. You were talking about music. What's your favorite music genre?
Probably like like late 70s, early 80s. Well, yeah, like late 70s, early 80s funk, probably
Hmm.
like just before the Thriller album, like that kind of
Oh
era
yeah.
of stuff where like they were incorporating a lot more of the technology of the time, like with the synthesizers and different things, while still
Hmm.
having like the old school ways of like writing the songs.
Yeah.
That's probably where like a lot of my music taste is in.
Hmm.
But I enjoy almost like pretty much some amount of all genres of music in some way or another.
Same. I've I've I I don't have it. Probably my most listened is probably hip hop, rap maybe, but I listen to every genre. It feels like there's so
Yeah,
many genres.
I've been getting more into hip hop recently, especially conscience stuff and stuff that's like more influenced by like older funk and soul and jazz sounds.
Uh, I don't know if you listen to this, but a really good one is "To Pimp a Butterfly." That is
Oh
very
yeah,
jazzy, very
oh
jazzy.
yeah,
Such that
yeah,
that's probably my favorite rap album, maybe at the moment, really.
yeah. That's one of the ones that got me into like that more of that sound, or even just rap in general. To be fair,
Hmm.
because I didn't listen to a whole lot of it before then.
Yeah,
Um, right now, I'm just basically be listening to. I'm assuming if you listen to T-Pab, you know what's going on very recently.
yeah. J. Cole just dropped the diss track.
Yeah, like was it like 2 days ago?
It was a surprise drop too. It wasn't that good in my
Yeah.
opinion. It was very weak.
From what I've heard, like there were like nuggets of stuff that could have been worked if it like was formatted a bit better, but like all in all, it wasn't as strong.
Yeah,
That and it like,
he
what
was
were you gonna say?
basically calling his music bad. Like he was calling T-Pap. He said, T-Pap put people to sleep, but they gassed it.
Yeah.
Like he was saying, like people like fell asleep listening to T-Pap, or at least he did. So I mean,
Yeah, that almost reminds me a bit of, I don't know like how familiar you are with these two artists, but like that reminds me of the almost like the DJ Khaled Tyler the Creator beef,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
where he was like,
That was so dumb.
where he was like, you know, ain't nobody listen to, I go into the barber shop, they playing my good music, ain't nobody listen to this sleepy ass music.
What does DJ Khaled even do?
I He says like 5 words ever, and he's really good at networking. That's about all he does.
Because I'm a huge fan of Tyler the Creator, but I have no clue what DJ Khaled even does.
I tried to figure that out myself because legitimately at my last job, one of my managers said the only two artists that he listens to most of the time is Lil Wayne and DJ Khaled. And I'm like, what? How do you even listen to DJ Khaled? Like, what does he make?
He has a
Lil Wayne, I
group.
can.
He doesn't even produce the music. He has a group of producers.
Yeah, he's a producer in the most literal sense, as in he is the one that produces the music, but he doesn't produce music. Which that's like, it's weird to say that, but that's what
That's true.
happened. It's like it's almost like assembly line music.
Yeah. Like I looked a lot into this recently because I genuinely need to know because I saw this like TikTok or whatever where it was just a compilation of like bad like lies in hip hop songs, and then it was funny. It was the ad lib where he said "We the best music," and
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
Dude.
I saw another one where it was some guy going like, he was like listening to one of his songs where he just has like all of his ad libs at the start. It's like, we the best music.
Juice
They ain't
World, dude.
believing us. Yeah, and then the guy just goes, "Bro, man, shut up, man. I ain't even trying to hear all this right
Yeah,
now."
yeah, that's a good one too. Oh, dude, he says like he says like 5 different sentences at the beginning of his album. Beginning of each song.
Yeah.
And it's just not even, it's just the most generic hip hop
Right.
music I've heard.
Like,
But
I would call it
he gets so many big names somehow.
right. I would call it a quote unquote producer tag, but like it's not even really that because he doesn't produce anything.
Yeah. He's like he's a literal DJ who gets that mean he gets music and mix and just gets
I don't
people
even
on
know
it.
if he's done that though. Like I would be genuinely surprised if I saw him being like an actual DJ, like in a club or something.
Because he used to work at nightclubs and like he was a DJ at nightclubs in LA in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
But then after that he just started making whatever he makes now.
Yeah. I'm still remembering I don't know if you've seen it, but have you seen the clips of his interview with Nardwar?
Oh, I feel like I have.
This is one clip where he like asks about like your uncle worked as a bouncer in a nightclub, and for whatever reason he just like completely like loses. He's like, man, I don't really like talking about my family, man. That ain't really isn't really about this, man. It's like it's Nardwar. It's not like he's got a gun to your head.
Oh, Nardwar is so funny.
Oh
and,
yeah,
and the reactions when he like says like random stuff about their life, it's just so funny.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Like there was one about Kendrick Lamar. He hit the KFC story. You heard about that one? Where
I think vaguely.
Top Dog robbed the KFC his dad was working at, and now he works with Top Dog for his music.
I don't think that was in the Nardwar interview. I know he's been interviewed about that line before because that was the line in Duckworth.
I think it was Nardwar. Oh, let me see.
I don't think it was because his interview was in like 2012. And I know Duckworth didn't come out until like half a decade later.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, really?
I know he talked about it on Howard Stern. He went on and said like he was like Howard Stern was like, so your dad worked at KFC.
I thought he did a recent one with Kendrick. Jeez. I didn't realize his last one was no, yeah, his last one was 12 years ago. Dang. So I was thinking of the Howard Stern one.
Yeah, the Howard Stern one that I can't remember if that was recent or if that was like just after Damn came out, but I know it was sometime after Damn came out because they like specifically talked about those lines in the song.
Mm-hmm. Not all. I was looking at Nardwar clips. The one with Kendrick was not Kendrick. Travis is funny. The belt one.
I'm trying to think of which one that is. Oh, is that the one where he's just like, "How do you keep your pants up all the time?" And then he just goes, "Belt."
Yeah.
There's some really funny ones though. Like I watched recently the ones where they just immediately flip out, like the one where he was interviewing the ASAP crew. He was interviewing the ASAP crew, and he goes, "What is the Black Ink Gallery?" And he's like, "Whoa, the Black Ink! How the f you know about that?"
Yeah, I think he like gets like friends before the interview or something.
Yeah. There was one, I can't remember who. No, it was Denzel Curry was the one I was thinking of. Where I think he asked him like, I can't remember the guy's name, but he asked him a name, and you can watch his face as he like puts together what he's saying, and you see his eyes open up, and he goes, "Yo, you even know it's from my block? No."
Oh, right here. I just hopped on YouTube because I was looking up clips for Nardwar, and the first one that popped up was the Diablo with Baby No Money. You see that one?
Trying to think. I know Baby No Money's been in like a lot of stuff recently.
Yeah, he did a video with Moist Critical.
Yeah, he's done one with Critical. He very recently did one with Smosh, and he also did an interview with Anthony Padilla, like with his show that he's been doing.
Yeah.
I think he was in a couple other things as well.
Yeah.
No, he was in.
Oh.
He was in a I kid you not, a like you laugh you lose challenge. He was
Oh
in
yeah,
one
yeah,
very recent.
yeah, with Crispy Concords.
Oh, he was in with.
I
No,
know
he
he
did
did a
another one
lot.
too.
He did a lot with Crispy Concords,
Yeah, he
but
did
the
one
laugh you
recently with
lose.
Jimmy here, like the
Oh
It Is
yeah,
Wednesday, my dudes guy.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He's done so much stuff,
Oh yeah.
and his some of his music can be pretty good.
Yeah, I don't listen to a whole lot of his stuff personally, but the funniest part about his music to me is that my dad actually introduced me to him whenever he was like first popping off with La La La. It was like him and Young Gravy. My dad introduced me to it like around the same time.
Not gonna lie, some of their music can be pretty good, even though it's like basically just like funny lines. It's like a lot of meme rap kind of, but it
That
can
is
be pretty
true.
funny.
That is true. The only part that gets me, I don't know if anyone else sees it, but to me, Young Gravy looks like if Sky Does Minecraft never did drugs. It's the face and the hair. That's what does it for me.
No, it does.
Even the only difference, Young Gravy's like 6'5", like he's like massive for some reason.
Yeah, but yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see the resemblance.
Yeah,
He did a Young Gravy did a song with The Dream. I don't know if you saw that one.
I don't think I did. No.
It is really bad. The only good part of that song is Young Gravy's part, even if
Yeah, it
it's
sounds
not
about
as
right.
good.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It was
The, the,
I forget what it's called, but
Something that always gets me is like really good artists that for some reason appear on like the worst songs ever.
yeah.
Or like artists to where like if they're on a feature for something, they'll either put out one of the best bars like of that time or
Hmm.
the worst thing you've ever heard.
Yeah.
Like an example of that I know of is like Lil Wayne,
Hmm.
because he collabs with like everybody. So like I'll hear him on like a Tyler track or like on The Weekend or like I think he's done a couple with like Future and Metro maybe, and
Yeah.
like it'll be really good.
Hmm.
And then he makes The Formula with Will I Am, one
Oh,
of the worst songs
that
I've
song is
ever heard.
terrible.
It's so bad. I mean, it's just an ad for Formula One, but still, you
Oh, dude.
they had nothing and they still managed to disappoint.
Oh, people who's been popular a lot recently. Playboy Cardi, he's been on a roll with his songs.
Yeah,
He's
I
been
will
on
be
so
honest.
much stuff.
I don't dislike him. I just haven't heard much of his stuff, so I'd have to listen to more of his stuff to really have much to say.
His music is, especially his album Die Lit, is more like club music kind of party music.
Okay,
But it is he has a huge fan base, but he does
right.
his main thing is that he doesn't drop albums like Frank Ocean.
Yeah, I know a few of my friends are like big Cardi fans, especially whenever I think Whole Lotta Red came out, which that's
Hmm.
Cardi, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. They were big on that album whenever it came out.
Like
I never really got into it all that much.
he's been teasing an album for like 3 months at this point, and he's been hopping on random. So he's dropped like random songs every so often, like singles for the
Okay.
album, and then he's been hopping on random features. Like he hopped on that new Kanye album for a bit, and then
Oh yeah.
he hopped on the with Camila Cabello. Just random.
Oh, was that the one that I heard was like really bad?
Well, I mean, he wasn't even speaking English.
Oh.
He was like, well, I mean, it was English, but like he was like mumble, like very
Oh,
mumble.
is it like the Cardi thing where he just like goes really high so you don't hear a single word? Like the one I always think of there is Earthquake.
Like recently, he's been using complete opposite. He's been like has a deep voice,
Oh yeah.
and then it's just like impossible to hear. He was also on
Yeah.
Travis Scott's album. He was on, yeah, Kanye's album. Dude,
If I remember correctly, wasn't that like his first number one was the thing he did with Kanye?
yeah.
That was a bit surprising because I've heard of him. I've heard of him being big for like almost a decade now,
Mm.
or at least like half a decade. And I was surprised when I heard that was actually his first number one.
Yeah. I was surprised too because I mean, it kind of makes sense though when you go through his track list because he's big, but the songs when you look at the songs, it makes sense why they're not number ones.
Yeah, well, that's also like one of those things. It's also I don't know exactly what subgenre he's like technically within, but like it's one of those things where they're a big artist like within the genre, so they're not like not well known,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not like number one big. Like one that would surprise me there for the longest time was like Tyler, who I don't remember where Yonkers charted, but I think he didn't get his first actual number one until See You Again.
Yeah, yeah, that was his first. Oh,
Yeah.
surprisingly, J. Cole too. His first number one was with Drake last year.
Oh yeah, first person shooter. That was his first number one. That was surprising to me.
Yeah, 'cause I'm surprised. Whatever his
Was
big
it
one, I forget what it's
No
called.
Role Models, I
Yeah, no
think?
role model. I'm surprised that has not been number one.
Yeah, that seems like it would have been because I think that's like a really big song for him, right?
Yeah, it has like at least 1 billion streams.
Yeah, I think it's at least a billion, maybe like 1.5 even.
Yeah, yeah, that is probably his. And middle child. Middle child is pretty big too.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm really underrated artist though as JID.
Yeah, I need to get into more of his stuff because from what I can tell, he's like into a lot of this. He's like in a lot of the sounds that I really enjoy.
He is really good.
And yeah, and like I keep hearing surround sound show up in like shorts and things.
Uh
So I know at least that goes hard. But I've
huh.
also heard he has a lot of that like jazzy or R&B instrumentation. A lot of his stuff that I like.
A good one is working out. It's like kind of jazzy.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but he has a lot of good stuff, and he's
Yeah.
very
Another one.
lyrical.
Oh yeah. Actually, another one I've heard that's also in that kind of sound, and is almost like a bit more like Minneapolis sound to an extent, like Prince inspired, would be Tizo Touchdown,
Oh, yep, yep.
uh, who I've heard a lot about. Um, I need to listen to more of their stuff too.
Another really good one is West Side Gun. His albums are really good. He,
Yeah, I have to check them out too.
his is he dropped a recent album, and him and Jid did a song together. It's so good. Mama's Prime
Okay.
Time. That one's really good.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but I listened to so much different. They're completely different.
Oh yeah.
SZA's really good too.
Oh yeah. I still need to listen to more of her stuff. From what I've heard, it's been really good.
It is, yeah.
Like it's like especially. Why can't I think of the name of the song? It was the song that was really big last year. It was like one of the biggest
Oh,
songs of
oh.
last year
Uh,
or the year
I
before,
know what it's
maybe.
called. I know it's like Oh my gosh, Kill Bill. Yes.
Yeah,
I don't know. I
that
can't
one's
think of
been
it.
really good. Um, I recently actually discovered an artist which, weirdly enough, they if they found out that like I enjoyed their music, they wouldn't like that, which is weird. But
Hmm.
it's interesting, which is No Name. If you've heard of them,
No Name. Is that actually what they're called? No
yeah,
Name.
yeah, like
Oh
that's
yeah.
like their artist name. And like they've put out like some really good like R&B albums and
Wait. Why would
stuff.
you say? Why would you say that? That they'd be surprised. They wouldn't like that you liked it.
Unless I'm like misremembering something, they said in an interview that they legitimately don't like when white people listen to their music. Like that's literally what they said.
Oh my god.
Yeah. They were the only artists I've seen like say something like that, which I was genuinely surprised by.
Oh, you know who's really good right now? Lil Yachty. His album is so good. Let's start here. It's very
I've heard of
jazzy.
is that the rock one or is that the one from a couple of years ago?
So recently, Lil Yachty, he's been making rap albums for a while, but recently he
Yeah.
just made like a jazzy type album. Let's start here. It's very R&B jazzy type. It's very
Okay.
good.
Was I remember hearing one about one where he made that was like very rock focused, like psych rock and different things.
Oh, and no, that was Lil Uzi Vert.
Oh, it was Uzi. Okay, I guess the reason why I thought it was Yachty then was because I know he's done collabs with people like Tame Impala and them,
Mm-hmm.
so I
That
think
Tame
that might have been
Impala
why.
song is really good, where he raps
Yeah, I
over the
think
Tame Impala song.
Yeah, I think that might have been why I thought it was him that did the psych rock album.
Yeah, but that Uzi album was not that good.
That
He
uh
did a cover of Chop Suey,
oh, that doesn't sound like it would be great.
and then he did a song with Bring Me the Horizon, which is actually pretty good. I'll give
Okay.
him that. And then he did a song with Baby Metal.
I have no idea who that even is.
It's like this, like, I think it's Korean or Japan. They're like, it's like anime type music, if you know what I mean. Like the
Ah,
anime hardcore rock.
yeah, like J Rock and those kind of things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but uh, Lil Yachty, he also released Cold Sunday, which is, you probably heard it, because it's been like all over social media, but it's a really good song too. It's like
Okay.
chill song. It's pretty good in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of their stuff is good. Um, hmm. Eminem, I'm just going through like music right now. Eminem, I've never really gotten into his music.
I've gotten into his music at different points. I know a lot of like the older folks that I know that listen to rap are usually a lot more into Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like because of like when I grew up, the only real like significant songs I remember him releasing during that time was Rap God's like the big one. And there's been a couple other notable ones. Like I think what was the one he did with Juice World?
Oh, Godzilla. That was
Yeah,
in
Godzilla.
Fortnite. It was in the Fortnite event.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, it was that one, and then I think very recently he put up one that was like supposed to be like a big diss track.
Oh,
That
Kill
was pretty
Shot.
decent. No, not Killshot. The one that
Oh,
was
not
like
Kill Shot.
very recent.
Oh, very recent. Let
Um,
me see.
was it Doomsday Part Two or something like
Oh
that?
yeah. Doomsday Part Two. That one's pretty good. It's like it's
Yeah,
just the Doomsday, but it's like different. It's like mixed, kind of like it's like some elements of Doomsday is in there, but it's pretty good.
yeah. Well, because like if I remember correctly, the original Doomsday sampled one of his songs, so it's like a sample of a sample of a sample.
Yeah, because there was the
Yeah,
Doomsday. It was on the same album, the Doomsday, which was with Juice World and Corday, and then the next song on the album was Doomsday Part Two with Eminem.
yeah, and I think the Doomsday with Juice WRLD that sampled like an old Eminem track, which
Yeah,
itself probably had a sample in it.
but yeah, all that Juice WRLD is pretty good too.
Yeah, I've never really gotten all that much into that kind of music. To be fair, I'm not really that big into what I've heard people call, I guess, like sad boy music
Yeah,
or like that kind of stuff. I'll listen to music that is like sad, especially lyrically, but I
yeah.
usually won't listen to stuff that like is usually very sad instrumentally.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it's for like a moment or like for a hit or like different stuff to where like the song doesn't feel depressing, then I'm into that kind of stuff, but usually not like I guess auditorially would
Yeah,
be maybe the right word. I don't know exactly the best way to put it, but like if the music sounds depressed, basically.
yeah. A big one is XXX
Yeah,
Tentacion.
like a bunch of my
All of
friends are
his
into
music.
X. I'm not that big into X personally.
Like he has some hype songs, but a lot of his songs are very sad.
Yeah, like one of the ones I think. What was the one that was like? It's the one that Drake stole his flow from. I can never remember the
Oh,
name
look
of
at
it.
me. That one's very
Yeah,
hype.
that's one of his more like hype songs. That I know a lot of like my
That's like the
friends like.
black sheep out of his music.
Yeah, that's a weird thing though, which I guess makes sense because it's also one of his biggest songs. That's usually how that kind of stuff is.
He made a song Vice City, and the album cover is a picture of GTA Vice City.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah, the only X song I really gotten into. I mean, yeah, the only song I've listened to his album 17. Very depressing. But
yeah.
the last like big one recently, True Love with him and Kanye. That one's alright.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm
Another
not a
artist.
huge fan of that.
Yeah, another artist who I think also made a lot of like technically very sad sounding music, but who I really enjoyed was Mac.
Who is it?
Mac Miller.
Oh yeah, Mac Miller.
Yeah, I've gotten more into his stuff as time has gone on, but I still need to listen to a lot of the stuff,
He has a
especially the
lot of
more
good
popular
stuff.
stuff. Oh yeah.
Swimming's his
Um,
best album.
yeah, like I've noticed he's collabed with a lot of my favorite artists as well. Like I really like What's the Use because
Mhm.
it has like Thundercat on the bass and doing
That
some
is
of
a
the
really good
background
song.
vocals. And it even has like a hidden vocal, I think if I remember correctly, Snoop in the background.
Oh yeah. Uh,
Um
Self Care has Jid on it for a second. Like he has a
oh
back
yeah.
vocal for like it's like literally like 3 seconds, but it's pretty good.
Yeah. That's the thing that surprises me is like really weird hidden background vocals that like because of how it's mixed, you don't even need to have that specific person on there necessarily because it's not like they're like have a main singing part, but it's just
Mhm.
interesting to have those kind of people on there. Like one that always gets me is Beyonce on Pink and White by
Oh
Frank.
yeah.
It's like I would you could not have told me that was Beyonce, and if that wasn't, I wouldn't have noticed. But
Mhm.
it's still really interesting that she was on there.
Like sometimes I don't even realize that they're on there.
Yeah.
Another weird one is so one on Kanye's albums, Donda, there was like this song Come to Life that had Tyler on it, but not on the main version, only exclusive to deluxe. But the song that Tyler was on both albums, both the regular and the deluxe, but the Tyler was only on the deluxe version of that song.
Huh.
And it
That's
was
weird.
literally just back vocals. Back vocals.
I don't. This might sound like a dig at him, and it's not really. But like, why would you get Tyler on for just background vocals?
I don't know. Cuz
Because
he could
like,
do a really good voice. Well,
well, not,
like regular like feature.
like that's the thing. And Tyler says this a lot in his music. He doesn't really have like a great singing voice per se.
Mhm.
Oh, in a similar way to almost like how Kanye doesn't really have like a super great singing voice. Like there are definitely, especially other rappers that I can think of who are like better singers as well.
Yeah.
Producing is a whole other thing for both of them there,
They're
but
both really
like
good producers.
right. But in terms of like singing and like vocal timbre, neither one of them would even probably describe themselves as like great singers.
Mhm.
Like Tyler often jokes about like how he like gets other people on or does a lot of stuff to his voice so it sounds the way he wants it to on songs.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but like yeah, it's just interesting to me getting just Tyler on for just vocals or background vocals like that.
Mhm. Oh, dude, I completely forgot this was a interview.
Yeah.
I got a question. I got more questions. We got a couple more.
Oh,
So,
all right.
do you have anyone that helps you with your content?
Um, no, not really.
Solo?
Like, there's people that have like. This is another thing. Like, in terms of like writing, video editing, recording audio, scripting, any of that kind of stuff. No.
Mhm.
The closest I've really had is like I collab with a few people for projects, and I've like
Yeah.
interviewed different people for projects. Like like the big project I'm working on now, where I interviewed a bunch of other creators for it.
Nice, nice.
But like outside of that, no, not really. I
And
basically do all of the stuff in house.
what's been the biggest change since making content?
Um, I guess just having the time to make content really.
Yeah.
That's really been the biggest change. Just like being able to make whatever I want to make like that.
Mhm. Uh, so that's pretty much all the questions I have, to be honest. But do you
Uh,
have any questions for me?
Nothing in particular that I can think of.
Mhm.
Like I'm trying to really think if there's anything extra. The only thing I might ask, like, I'll probably like put something in my Discord server, like, about the video whenever it comes out.
All right. Yeah, it
Um,
should be up today.
yeah, I'll probably put something in like the my Discord saying like, "Ayo, I was in an interview, so if y'all want, you can check this out."
All right. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I was just going through something real quick. But yeah, man. Uh I was gonna say something. I keep forgetting today. I don't know why.
Uh,
There's something I was gonna say, but I don't remember. I mean, oh yeah, I was gonna talk about something about my channel. But I don't remember what it was. To be honest.
yeah, I can't. Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
All right, yeah. But I mean, I guess if you want to just end it now, we can.
Yeah, we can if you want.
All right, yeah. But thanks for coming on, dude.
Yeah, it was good. It was nice.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm gonna do another one soon. I've actually gotten a lot of people like recently because I've stopped for a
Yeah,
while.
yeah. I saw that you joined like Dove and Eden's channel, so I'm assuming you're also trying to interview them soon.
Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah,
I've just been
they're
trying a
two.
bunch of people.
Yeah, they're two people who I actually got on recently to do like interviews and stuff for videos.
Mhm.
So it's been good working with them too.
All right, nice. But I'm just gotta see if there's anyone who you can get. Uh, let me try to get them in my direction because I've been looking for some people to hop on the channel if they're interested at least.
Yeah,
But yeah, thank you for coming on, man.
yeah, no problem.
You wanna? All right, I'm gonna head out soon. Or actually now, but yeah. And yeah, it's been a fun time, man. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
All
no
right, man.
problem.
Have a good one, man. Bye.
Yeah, see ya.